Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. What we're talking about today could be one of the most game-changing rumors we've seen in quite some time, especially for the Steelers and the entire AFC North. It's about Derrick Henry potentially making his way from the Baltimore Ravens, yes, the Ravens, to Pittsburgh. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Wait, Derrick Henry. The same Derrick Henry that's been a beast in Tennessee? Exactly. That's the guy. The Pro Bowl running back who's been a dominant force in the league for years, and now whispers are swirling that Baltimore might be looking to part ways with him, and the Steelers could be the team to benefit big time. Let's start by breaking down what Derrick Henry brings to the table. He's a true workhorse, a guy who's been one of the most consistent rushing threats in the NFL. In 2025, he racked up nearly 200 rushing yards on 197 carries, averaging an impressive 4.7 yards per carry, with 10 touchdowns to his name. He's a physically imposing back, standing at 6'3", weighing around 250 pounds, and he's got that rare combination of power and breakaway speed. His yards after contact are among the best in the league, with an average YAC of 5.1 yards, which means when Derrick gets the ball, defenses know they're in for a fight. And he's been remarkably durable, with minimal injuries over his career, which adds to his value as a reliable weapon. But why would Baltimore consider trading him? Well, the Ravens are in a bit of a rebuild mode right now. They're sitting at 6-6 and facing some tough decisions. Their cap situation isn't the best, they're low on cap space, and after giving extensions in the passing game, they're looking to free up some cap room. Plus, their offense has been a little inconsistent, especially on the ground. They're skeptical about relying solely on their rushing game, especially with only 217 rushing first downs on the season. They seem more inclined to prioritize passing, which is why they're eyeing draft picks and cap relief. Trading Derrick Henry for a third-round pick in the 2026 draft sounds like a move that could help them focus on building their future, especially with their eyes on extending their pass game. Now, from the Steelers' perspective, this could be the kind of move that propels them into serious Super Bowl contention. Pittsburgh's running game has been solid, but adding a talent like Derrick Henry could elevate it to elite status. Warren has shown flashes, but he's still developing, and having Henry alongside him would give the Steelers a true thunder and lightning combo. Imagine a backfield with Warren's quickness and Henry's brute force. Defenses would have no choice but to respect the run even more, opening up the passing game and creating mismatches all over the field. And that's not all. The Steelers are currently averaging around 23. 4 points per game, not bad, but they've struggled with consistency, especially on third downs. Derrick Henry's presence could significantly improve their third down efficiency, given his knack for grinding out tough yards in critical situations. His 37.6% third down conversion rate this season is among the league's best, and bringing that kind of reliability to the Steelers' offense would be a huge boost. Plus, with the Steelers projected to run for around 200 yards the rest of the way, Henry's addition could push that number even higher, maybe up to 400 or more, depending on how quickly he adapts to the new system. Let's talk about the impact this move could have on the division. The Ravens, known for their run-heavy offense, might see this move as a sign of desperation, especially if they're forced to part ways with a player of Henry's caliber. It could be a sign that their rebuild is accelerating, but at the same time, it's a gamble. If the Steelers land Henry, it could be the missing piece that pushes them over the top, giving them a top 3 run game in the league, and making them even more dangerous in the postseason. The odds for Pittsburgh's Super Bowl chances would skyrocket with Henry in the fold. Right now, their Super Bowl odds are around +8-0, but with Henry, those could drop to around +3-0, especially if he performs well in the playoffs. And if you're wondering about the playoff picture, Derrick Henry could be the ultimate X factor. The Steelers are right on the edge of the postseason, and a player like Henry, who has playoff experience and a nose for the end zone, could be the difference maker in tight games, especially against divisional rivals like the Bengals. Their chances of winning division games would improve, and that 10% increase in their win probability could be enough to secure a higher seed, giving them home field advantage and a better shot at the Super Bowl. Now, it's not just about adding talent. It's about what this move says about the Steelers' outlook. The team has been building a solid foundation, with Kenny Pickett leading a promising offense, and the defense, while not perfect, has shown resilience. Adding Derrick Henry would send a clear message that Pittsburgh is all in on competing now, not just next year. It's a statement that the Steelers are willing to do whatever it takes to chase that elusive 7th Lombardi. Looking at the bigger picture, this potential trade echoes the kind of bold move the Steelers have made in the past. Think back to 2019 when they acquired Le'Veon Bell, which helped ignite a playoff run and set the stage for a competitive era. Henry could be that kind of catalyst now, a veteran presence who can carry the load in critical moments, especially late in the season and during the playoffs. His experience and physicality would be invaluable, particularly in the cold and tough AFC North conditions. Of course, there are questions. Will Baltimore really trade Henry? And if so, at what cost? The Ravens are known for their cautious approach, but they also recognize the value of a player like Henry, especially as they look to rebuild for the future. The Steelers, on the other hand, would need to negotiate carefully, perhaps offering a third-round pick in 2026 as reported, to land a player of Henry's caliber. That's a small price for a potential game-changer, especially considering what he could do for their offense. In the end, this move could set off a domino effect across the AFC North. The division has been fiercely competitive all season, with the Bengals and Ravens fighting hard, but a trade like this could tilt the balance of power. Pittsburgh could become the team to beat, especially if Henry adapts quickly and finds his groove in the Steel City. The Steelers are known for their physical, smash-mouth style of football, and adding Derrick Henry would only reinforce that identity, making them even more unpredictable and dangerous come playoff time. So, Steelers fans, stay tuned because this is a story that's developing rapidly. The possibility of Derrick Henry donning the black and gold might seem like a long shot, but if it happens, it could be the move that defines this franchise's season, and maybe even their chance at another Super Bowl win. The AFC North is heating up, and Pittsburgh's future could be changing right before our eyes. This kind of bold move could be what finally helps them break through and claim that elusive 7th Lombardi trophy. We're watching closely, and I can tell you, this could be one of the biggest offseason stories for the Steelers in years. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you believe Derrick Henry could be the missing piece for Pittsburgh? Would you trade a third-round pick for a chance to have that kind of impact? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates and insights, so stay tuned for the latest Steelers news. This is a franchise that's always looking to get better, and if this rumor turns into reality, it could be the spark that propels Pittsburgh back to the top of the AFC. Let's keep the faith and keep supporting our boys, because the best is yet to come.